Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Welcome back to another episode of Caffeine and Crypto, where I welcome you to join me with your favorite caffeinated beverage of choice, coffee, energy drink, whatever it might be, some tea. If you don't like caffeine, grab some damn water as we go over some crypto news this past week. Obviously, Bitcoin has pulled back, but this week was pretty exciting as Bitcoin hit the 73K area. So we're going to go over a lot of different aspects of this past week, including not only the Bitcoin price discovery, some bullish expectations, some liquidations, what's going on, what pulled back, so on and so forth. Three central banks forged new path on cross-border digital asset innovation, mathematical calculations or forecasts, right, using math of Bitcoin price or where it could be. How Coinbase is embarrassing itself by not buying Bitcoin. SafePal launches a Telegram crypto wallet with Visa card support. The different promises that Trump has provided, but can he deliver? We'll talk about those promises, as well as the IRS actually being able to tax you on your frozen accounts that you have lost access to because of the incompetence of these other companies, and how, yeah, if you're earning still, even though it's frozen, you can still get taxed on it. Ethereum price rally could be 3K, depending on some key factors, and then Solana ETF momentum grows with new filing after Bitcoin and Ethereum approvals. Wrapping up with a little video here before Red Panda Mining, and you got a special day because you got Bits Be Trippin' coming on here shortly as well, if not live at this time. I think noon his time is 1 p.m. my time, so that should be around the same time as Rabid Mining. But yeah, real cool. Haven't had a live stream from the guy in a while. Make sure you check that out. Follow him on Twitter, stuff like that. Real OG in the business. Appreciate him. But looking at the charts here, we move over. You can see I was concerned because we had 4 daily green candles, and I did mention on Twitter, if you're not following me there, make sure you follow me at SerpentX Tech. I was concerned that we were kind of getting a little bit overstretched on the daily, but it was nice to see if we kind of scrunched this up a little bit, right? The previous all-time high, at least on this chart, and looking at USDT and not USD, which I know a lot of people frown upon. We got really close to that all-time high of 73.8. We only peaked out at maybe 73.7, 73.6 something. So we didn't hit the previous all-time high, but you can see it turned heavy resistance. And then obviously we had some severe liquidations, about 250 million in liquidation. So 4 daily green candles. I raised some concerns there. If you were trading off of my Twitter account, you could have made a good opportunity to short and take advantage, but I don't recommend doing that. Trying to time the perfect drop and time the perfect top can oftentimes leave you wrecked. But still, I knew the concern was coming about the 4 daily green candles, and so I did short a little bit. Thank you, Crypto Mikkel, and all the viewers from coming over and stopping by. Good morning, everybody. Real quick, if you bear with me, all my future viewers, Crypto Pounder 4, Team JFK, Jay Bohannon, Chris Hanley, Network Bits, Sharon, what's going on, buddy? Bacon, Eggs, and Hash, and Gonzo Miner, and obviously Crypto Mikkel and everybody that's just swung through. Thank you so much for hanging out. Again, for those who just joined, you got a very special day today because not only do you had Crypto Mikkel, Chump Change, Crypto Mikkel, myself, Red Panda Mining, and Rabid Mining, but you also get Bits Be Trippin' today, but I think it may overlap with Rabid Mining, but it's fine because the old man doesn't stream much, and I know I just called him an old man, but I mean nothing but respect for Bits Be Trippin'. He doesn't stream often, so it's a good day to keep an eye on your Twitters and your YouTubes to see what's popping in the crypto scene. So first one, Bitcoin price drop leads to 250 million in bullish liquidations. We were talking about liquidations last stream and how it kind of felt like we were over leveraged or overplayed, and how the liquidations could bring that price down. But I did say in another Twitter post, thank you for all the hearts and loves. And Tech Man, how you doing? Dom, appreciate you stopping by. So what I said in another Twitter post is not only about the 4 daily green candles and how there could be a chance of a pullback, but I also said if 70K is the new like bottom, like I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. 70K the new bottom, 69K the new bottom, I'm okay with that. And we look at the fear and greed index, we're still relatively good. We're like nuke warm somewhere between the 55 60% range, and we're down. Okay, I am perfectly fine with that. right? Now, if we start pulling back, to fall even further from where we are when we put in 4 daily red candles, I only can assume that maybe we might have a little bit of blah, 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 this past, the rest of this weekend, and then Monday comes, and then we could push up even higher. That's what I really love to see. Let's move over to the monthly real quick, and you can see October has certainly been just that, October, right? It even hit this legacy line that I have on the daily, and you can see how many times we hit it, right? So from the new all-time high, the following month, so March, April, even May, even June, and then October, and now November. We're all hitting this line where the all-time high was created, right? It's a little bit below the all-time high, but we're hitting this resistance. Can we push through it? I think we can. If we look here, we're also making a nice little wedge. So could November be a red month where we bounce between this legacy line of the 65K and that 71, 72K, bounce with it throughout the month. Now here comes December, and then January we start to break out and go above this, turning this into support. I certainly think that's possible, but October lived up to the name that it was given, October. So not a bad month whatsoever for Bitcoin. I expect more to come in the future. If we were to fall from this current position where we're at right this second, I suspect a 5% to 65-ish K, right? 5% dip to 65K, and then a 62. I think there's still resistance at 64, 62, and then of course 60K, 61. So I guess that 61 would be 62. That would be 10%. So 5 and 10% certainly within the realm of possible. And then we have to really zoom out to get down to these other lower levels. I don't think we will ever see a 45K Bitcoin again. Maybe 48 is still not out of the realm, because you can see we touched it back here, right? Maybe 48K isn't out of the realm of impossible, but I don't think we're going to see a 45K, a 38K, a 39K Bitcoin ever again. I think we're well past that. So, cheers to the future. And for those of you that have been hanging on to Bitcoin since, the OG days, or even recently, you're up. Except for the people that bought at the all-time high, who are, slightly down 2, 3, 5, 6%, whatever it might be. But anybody that's basically held below this green line right here, which is right at that 71K range, you're well, okay, let's just say, what am I going to put it at? Anybody who bought Bitcoin below 68K, you're up. But I think if you're concerned about hanging on to Bitcoin long term, and you're not strong in your convictions in Bitcoin and the longevity of Bitcoin, just read the white paper. Read the white paper and look at what banks, central banks, governments, countries are doing, as we're going to show in a later article here in a moment. Anyways, Bitcoin price fell from 72.5 early Thursday to just over 69K on Friday, paring down gains made by tokens since Monday. Other major cryptos fell in tandem, with the overall market capitalization falling 5.5%. Meanwhile, the wide watch fear and greed index, is sentiment, or the tracker that we were just talking about, flashing extreme greed levels on Thursday, historically a sign of local tops, right? That's when things usually get liquidated. The index aims to measure emotional responses to crypto market, which you should remove emotion from trading. But yeah, a lot of people do still trade with emotion, unfortunately. That obviously caused some pain for futures traders. Bets on Bitcoin tracked futures recorded 88 million in losses. CoinGlass data shows followed by a 44 million liquidation on Ether futures and nearly 15 million losses in Sol and Doge futures. Nearly 90% of all futures bets were bullish, or expecting higher prices over the weekend ahead of the U.S. elections November 5th. Market conditions in the past week, including global monetary policies and the U.S. political support, indicate a continued bullish trend, with some traders targeting 80K for Bitcoin in the coming weeks. A liquidation occurs when the exchange forecasts forcefully closes a trader's leverage position due to a trader's inability to meet the margin requirements. Large-scale liquidations can indicate market extremes like extreme panic or extreme greed, like buying A cascade of liquidations might suggest a market turning point where a price reversal could be imminent due to the overreaction of a market sentiment. The liquidations came as Bitcoin open interest hit record highs levels earlier this week. We were talking about that last show, over 43 billion, dropping to just over 41 billion early Friday. So not saying that in last Caffeine and Crypto show we called it, but we were just using the TA, the technical indicators as well, to just, and the technical analysis to just kind of pivot and be like, okay, this is what we think could happen. How can I position myself effectively to take advantage of it, right? Because you can make money on both sides of the trade, longing or shorting. I know a lot of people that trade leverage. I don't personally trade leverage. I do spot. Anyways, but I mine cryptocurrency and then I use it to try to trade and extend my position or diversify my portfolio, gaining additional exposure into other assets. However, that is not a trading strategy I would recommend to anyone. I'm just doing it for myself. You do you. Just look at the TA, look at the indicators. What's it telling you? What's the market telling you? And then oftentimes you can play it just right. But we were talking about it last week. And I believe a few of you that were watching were actually agreeing or were providing insight to me and some of the other viewers as well. And we appreciate that. If you are trying to get a hold of my attention, please send a super chat or just at me. Do not send a super chat unless you paid your damn bills. I don't want anybody going broke trying to send me $5, please. Anyways, good morning, Tech Man. Yep. Putz, how you doing? All right, Cats of Crypto in the building. Good morning. All right, so continuing on, unprecedented Bitcoin rally looms when crypto market poised for record highs. And by the way, Cats of Crypto, we were watching it. Pellish, the team and myself were watching it, and they were making pretty good gains because the market was up, right? Obviously, the market was up while Bitcoin was climbing up. But new market caps were hit for Cats of Crypto. We went, 59, 57, 59, 60K, 65K, 70K. I think we even hit 80-ish K somewhere. So the Cats of Crypto team working really hard to optimize that token and get it on various exchanges. But congratulations to the breaking multiple market cap, goals, I guess you could say. Moving on, unprecedented Bitcoin rally looms with crypto market poised for record highs. So we got Nigel Green, CEO of financial advisory giant DeVere Group, never heard of him, believes Bitcoin could hit unprecedented highs in the former U.S. President Donald Trump wins the upcoming U.S. presidential election. Green stated on Tuesday a Trump victory could be the catalyst that pushes the world's first and largest cryptocurrency into uncharted territory, as his return to office will likely have a renewed emphasis on deregulation, tax incentives, economic policies favorable to alternative investments such as Bitcoin. Green pointed out that during his campaign, DJT positioned himself as a pro-Bitcoin candidate, which certainly has. We've seen him at Bitcoin Nashville and a number of speaking events, knowing that DJT has also criticized the excessive influence of centralized financial institutions and government agencies on constraining the crypto market. This outspoken support has earned him recognition within the crypto community, and many investors viewing this potential return to office as an important bullish signal for Bitcoin. Moreover, Green suggests that DJT's deregulatory focus could encourage greater investment in digital assets, especially Bitcoin, should he return to office. DJT focus on deregulation might extend to cryptocurrency markets, providing a friendlier environment for digital assets like Bitcoin to expand or to grow. But it's not just crypto, right? There's a lot of other areas in the tech space and in the non-tech space that have really went offshore, that just really went because it's not a friendly environment for them. They're getting hit with fines, they're getting lawsuits brought to them, and trying to fight the government in a court of law can be oftentimes a very bankrupting situation. So it'll be interesting to see how DJT or the presidential candidate, whoever wins, will position themselves not only to be positive for blockchain and crypto, but for other industry areas that the U.S. can certainly bring back home. And we need jobs, we need stability, and we need to be self-reliant. Yes, we can still compete in a free market, but I think we need to be less reliant on others in order to have X, Y, Z. And you can insert whatever industry you want, because we are heavily relied in a number of different areas on other countries to do certain things. And if that stops, that could put us in a bit of a pickle. either way, green supports a Trump victory, and a lot of people, I will say, in the crypto space, believe that the only way for crypto to continue to move forward is with a Trump victory. However, being an objective mind individual, I believe no matter who is president, Bitcoin will be successful. That's just my viewpoint and my opinion. You're welcome to your own. I'm welcome to my own. We can all coexist and love and live with one another. We're perfectly fine. But I think Bitcoin and blockchain is here to stay. And the presidents themselves, whoever it might be, past, present, future, need to get their crap in order because this technology is here to stay. They need to embrace it. If they don't embrace it, the U.S. is going to fall behind because I'll tell you what, other countries are taking advantage of it and embracing it. Bitcoin could hit 100K no matter who wins the U.S. election, right? So this article is kind of repeating the same thing that I'm saying or have been saying for weeks, if not months. In 2024, U.S. presidential election has raised debates about both candidates, might shape the future of cryptocurrencies. We haven't heard much from Kamala. We would love to see more information from her office on what they plan to do with crypto, their stance on crypto, blockchain, so on and so forth. We heard a lot of things from DJT, but we haven't heard much from the other side. So regardless of whether or not DJT, former President Donald Trump, or Vice President Kamala Harris becomes the commander-in-chief, Bitcoin's march towards 100K seems inevitable, driven by underlying factors that transcend the political landscape. 100%, I agree. This is way beyond politics, and there's so many great things that Bitcoin could bring to the world, not just the U.S., right? It's not, the U.S. isn't just the only people that have Bitcoin, okay? And Bitcoin isn't just for U.S. citizens. It's for Canadians, Mexicans, Argentinians, Brazilians, Spaniards, everybody around the world can interact. If I wanted to send Bitcoin to Next10 Mining, my colleagues in India, I could certainly do that without having to spend astronomical fees and have cross-border payments and all that kind of stuff. So if Trump secures the presidency, many expect Bitcoin will rally. His bold promises, including possibility of adding Bitcoin to U.S. reserves, an attempt to promote the World Liberty Financial Token, which is, I think, their business venture, has raised pro-crypto sentiment. Trump's administration will likely focus on reducing regulatory barriers, right, to cryptocurrency innovation, positioning the U.S. as a global hub for digital finance, and this pro-crypto sentiment aligns with Trump's broader economic policies. On the other hand, a Harris victory is predicting to trigger a more neutral response from the market. She does not make direct promises about crypto, but works towards ensuring that there's consumer protections and financial crimes are prevented. Harris administration will probably still keep insisting on the right balance of protections against risk for users without deterring innovation. Now, that's actually a good approach, believe it or not, even if you don't like Harris, because that's what we've been doing up into the 2017 bull market. It's only when the astronomical gains and the millionaires overnight started to pop up that the government started taking interest, and now we started to get the CFTC, the SEC, and so many other federal agencies going after individuals for capital gains or whatever it might be. So to take a neutral stance and say, hey, we're going to work our hardest to prevent financial whatever, like scams or whatever, blah blah blah, but we're just going to let the industry grow. We're going to sit back, we're going to watch, we're going to evaluate, we're going to come up with some recommendations, but not implement them, just some recommendations, some opinions, some opportunities that we can raise, I think will be a more positive approach. But I don't have anything. Like, they haven't presented me, neither candidate has presented me with a concrete, here's the paperwork, here's what we're going to do, here's what we propose, here's how we can effectively implement it. Nobody's done that. Like, nobody's given me documented evidence or information on their plan in detail, right? Yes, DJT has mentioned a couple of things, which we're going to go over in just a moment. Right here, so hang tight, make sure you hit that like button. But I haven't had a proper documentation, and if there is one out there, please link it in the live chat or send it to me in a DM on Twitter or Discord. But neither candidate has provided that useful information to me, and I need that information, because if you're just going to give me words but then not actually go through with it, then what's the point? right? Because I can just say whatever I want, right? Like everybody's going to have $1 million by the end of this year. I could just say that, but it doesn't mean it's going to be true. I wish it would be true for everybody, but it's not going to happen. Anyways, Bitcoin's role as a hedge amid unstable market. The primary factor that may drive Bitcoin price up is not the election itself, but rather the current instability of the global financial system, which is true. The global financial system, when the traditional markets were going down, Bitcoin was going up. I think the market started doing good on Friday. I haven't checked. I don't check it on a daily, but either way, the growing national debt for the U.S. is getting astronomical, which has already surpassed 105,000 for every U.S. citizen. Its increasing federal budget has created a fragile environment for traditional assets. Bitcoin with its decentralized and limited supply is a view to hedge against the uncertainties. Investors are seeking refuge from inflation, basically. And then another significant driver of Bitcoin's growth is regulatory clarity, right? We haven't got that regulatory clarity, which is why I want that paperwork, right? Before they get in office, and we're already out of time. Like we got November 5th around the corner. They still haven't provided me something tangible, documentation proposing what actions they're going to do and how they're going to do it and how they propose to do it. Because to come up with all that regulatory clarity, somebody's got to get paid, right? Some office is going to do a study, and they've done a lot of studies, but they're probably going to run another study. They're going to examine the ecosystem, the blockchain ecosystem, and then propose solutions. Now, then they got to spend more money to implement those solutions for whatever branch, right? Is it going to fall under the CFTC, the SEC, da-da-da. So we haven't had any concrete information besides just words from either candidate, and I want that. I strongly want that. Anyways, the point is, regardless of who wins the presidency, Bitcoin and blockchain would continue to grow. There are some concerns about centralization that's been raised with large entities like BlackRock and MicroStrategy. BlackRock is a big, go do some research on BlackRock. They have some severe influence, so we'll see how things go. But they continue to gobble up Bitcoin with their IBIT. Bitcoin remains decentralized, mostly thanks to being driven by miners, right? Decentralized nature of Bitcoin's infrastructure ensures that no one can control the network, which is what we want. While Bitcoin price has experienced volatility and major holders sell off portions of their holdings, and miners do need to sell off portions of their holdings in order to pay for their overhead. These events are temporary and cannot fundamentally change Bitcoin's path to supremacy, right? It's still going to continue to grow. The approval of the ETFs marked a pivotal moment for the world finance, bridging the gap between traditional and crypto, and will continue to grow. And since the launch of the Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin's cost has stabilized, mostly staying above 58K, and it has. It's the swings are still there, but it's not as violent, right? It's compared to 2013, 2014. If you were around at that time, the swings are not as violent. Obviously, the apples and oranges due to the price being so different in 2013, 2014 compared to now, but still, the swings aren't as violent. The ETF has stabilized Bitcoin. And again, just a reminder, just my opinion, regardless of who is the next president of the United States, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency will continue to thrive. Not all cryptocurrencies, but let's just say Bitcoin and blockchain technology will continue to thrive throughout the world and the USA, regardless. Moving on, a little positive news here. 3 central banks forge. And Chris Hanley has a question. I'm getting software throttling on my 3070 Ti LHR. Clocks are definitely good. Do I let her rip? You're getting software throttling? So my 3070 Ti is throttling because my third fan is broken. But Chris Hanley, give me a little bit more information. You're saying SW throttling. So software throttling, clocks are definitely good. So clocks are good, but you're getting software throttling. What are you experiencing? Give me a little bit more information as we continue to read on. What's up, Dan? Hope you're doing well. Dan Ruggs. Fudweiser. All right, everybody got your coffee? Good. Sweet. Let's take a swig. Cheers. All right. Maybe I should put some Kahlua in their coffee. That's what my wife does. No, that's actually hot chocolate. Anyways, 3 central banks forge new path in cross-border digital innovation. It looks like we got... these flags right here, which don't look like Hong Kong. But anyways, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority unveiled 2 significant partnerships this week to promote cross-border tokenization with the Bank of Thailand. Okay, so Thailand, Brazil. Both collaborations, part of The HKMA's project ensemble targets the integration of central bank digital currency infrastructure for tokenized cross-border transactions. In a partnership with a bank of Thailand, the HKMA aims to explore payment versus payment, so PVP, but not like the one that we're used to. Delivery versus payment, or DVP, scenarios to facilitate trade payments and manage carbon credits. Interesting. Building on 2009 Memorandum of Understanding for FinTech Cooperation, both banks plan to develop a proof of concept linking HKMA, so that's Hong Kong's monetary authority, Ensemble Sandbox with bots Project Sand. Okay, so basically it's a CBDC, but hang on a second. So they're going to use CBDC to forge new paths between cross-border digital asset innovation. Okay. This partnership will significantly advance tokenization efforts in financial sectors. Dan, don't do it. I appreciate it, buddy. Don't do it. $1.99. You know, YouTube's just going to take most of that and give me like 2 cents. But I appreciate it. But if you have a question, feel free to ask a question since you've paid $1.99. Let's go ahead and like that guy. Can I not like it? Why can't I like it? I see a heart. There it is. All right, cool. Anyways, the partnership, blah, blah, blah. Efforts financial sectors, both domestically and cross-border for offering broader insights into tokenization of different technical designs, business requirements, regulatory frameworks, and jurisdictions will be taken into account. Okay, so, I mean, it's cool, but is it me, or does it just sound like China's just trying to get people to use their CBDC, right? And China's been doing a really great job, not a good thing for the US, but they've been doing a really great job of getting various countries and entities to partner in with them, let them build up their infrastructure, and then, you know, they owe them money. Like, China's been doing a really good job of kind of taking over parts of the world and then trying to do, what was it called? What was the different nations that China's been trying to get everybody to stop using the US dollar and use something else, a different asset? I'm not sure if it's the yen. Oh my goodness, China pack. What's it called? Monetary pack. Monetary. Sorry, I gotta look this up. It's driving me crazy now. Central banks, aggressive stimulus, People's Republic of China. I have to look it up. I'll look it up later. I don't want to waste your time. I'm already wasting your time, and I apologize. But yeah, China's been being very aggressive, expanding into other people's countries and trying to get people off the US dollar and to stop using the US dollar for trade and other services, stuff like that. This is just another way for them to do that with the CBDCs. So I thought this was positive news, but I'm kind of meh on this. I'm kind of neutral. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below if you're watching this live. I mean, it's still cool, right? Cross borders, different countries working together. We need the countries to work together. I just don't care for CBDCs, unfortunately. Mathematically forecasting peak Bitcoin price for the next Bitcoin run. So let's see here. The Pi Cycle Top Indicator is one of the most popular tools for analyzing Bitcoin cycles. This indicator monitors the 111-day and 350-day multiplied by 2 moving averages. And with these two lines cross, it has historically been a reliable sign of Bitcoin reaching a cycle peak, typically with just in a few days. After multiple months of these two levels drifting apart due to the sideways price action, we have begun to see the 111 trending back up and begin closing the gap. Okay, cool. We can measure the difference between the two averages to better define, shut up Google, Bitcoin's price within the bull bear cycles. This oscillator trending up again hints that Bitcoin's next bull run may be just around the corner, with parallels to the previous cycles seen in 2016 and 2020. All right, cool. So it's cycling up, which is what we want. If the 2011 cycle repeats, the 111-day and 305-day moving averages may cross around June 29, 2025. There you go. There's the date. So we're looking around June, signaling a potential Bitcoin peak. If the 2017 cycle is mirrored, the moving averages might cross again January 28, 2026. So mark those dates. June 29, 2025, where it could signal a potential Bitcoin peak, right? The top Bitcoin all-time high, here it is at that time, might pull back a little bit. So sometime in June 29, 2025, so next year, 6 months, 7 months from now, and then January 28, 2026, suggesting a later peak. So another peak, right? So June, we come back, we chop sideways, down from the all-time high, get into January, or get into December, start moving up. January, new all-time high. So mark those dates down. We probably need to keep an eye on that. According to this indicator, which the indicator, by the way, again, just to repeat, is the Pi Cycle top indicator. Where would that put the price, though? Let's see here. Oh, if Bitcoin follows a pattern similar to the 2021 cycle with an increase of about 40% above its moving average, this could place the Bitcoin's peak at approximately $339,000. Woo! Bitcoin's price might only rise about 20% above the moving averages. In this case, the peak would be closer to $200,000 by mid-2025. $200,000 Bitcoin, it seems up there, but I you can see that. Like, remember I've been talking about 120, 130, 140, like somewhere between 120 and 150 is certainly within the realm of possibility in 2025. Bitcoin hitting 200K around mid-2025 is not outside of the realm of possible. Again, president elections get out of the way. Hopefully we get a little bit more stable foundation, clearer regulatory guidance. Things are going good. Maybe economic and political tensions and world tensions just calm down enough. And Bitcoin, which again is supposed to be like a safe haven when the world is in turmoil, continue to rise. Similarly, if the 2017 extended cycle repeats with diminishing returns, Bitcoin could peak at 466,000 in early 2026, while a more moderate increase might result in peak price of 388K. Although it's unlikely that Bitcoin would hit $1 million in this cycle, there's more tempered projections could still represent substantial gains. That's awesome. All right, so there's your price indicators, right? So we could range anywhere between 200,000 to 400,000 or 466,000. And the dates that we're looking at is June, middle of next year, June 2025, or January 2026, where we hit a potential Bitcoin peak in June and then a later peak in January. Mark those down. Somebody DM me those so I put it in my calendar. All right, I saw two things. Cats Crypto shared on Discord from Cats Crypto. All right, I cannot post links here. Please see. We'll post a link. What do you want me to post a link for? Don't cause issues. Blah blah blah. Oh, you're trying to post the Cats Crypto Discord? Okay, yeah. So thank you, Tech Man, for taking care of that. Moderator Tech Man. So if you want to join the Cats Crypto Discord, a Solana meme coin project who donates and supports, to like St. Jude's and supports people who need it, feel free to jump in there. Coinbase is embarrassing itself by not buying Bitcoin. I'm not going to spend too much on this. This is like an opinion piece, just like most of these articles can sometimes be. I really don't care. More Bitcoin for me to buy, but a lot of the central organizations like, wow, my brain just can't think. MicroStrategy, there we go. MicroStrategy, BlackRock, ARK21, like everybody's just buying Bitcoin and Coinbase is not. Whatever. Like I really could care less. I think Coinbase would be fine if they didn't buy Bitcoin, but a lot of people are saying, they should be buying Bitcoin because, as they say here, Coinbase literally owes its existence to Bitcoin. So buy Bitcoin. You let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Moving on, SafePal launches Telegram crypto wallet with Visa card support. Self-custodial crypto wallet. SafePal is joining Telegram's rapidly growing ecosystem, and Telegram is growing. It's absolutely nuts how fast they're growing. But let's see if my boy Bitsby Trippin is live. Where you at? He might not be live, but I'm gonna look. Bits be tripping. Alright, not yet. Not yet. Alright. Keep an eye on that. Make sure you check them out later. They're planning on going live. But yeah, Telegram is huge. Telegram is definitely a big place where everybody goes. SafePal officially introduced its Telegram mini wallet app on November 2nd after announcing pre-launch during a keynote ton giveaway event dedicated to open network ecosystem, or ton. According to an announcement shared by SafePal, its new mini wallet app enables 950 million Telegram users to create individually owned and compliant crypto-friendly Swiss bank accounts. What? It's set to go live November. SafePal's new crypto wallet on Telegram will allow users to create fully compliant bank accounts licensed by the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, or FINMA. It's also claimed that the wallet is the first Telegram mini app that features principles of centralized, decentralized finance, CDFI, and offers transactions with digital crypto Visa cards. SafePal's decision to move into Telegram crypto ecosystem comes with a surging adoption of tap-to-earn Telegram games, which have seen massive growth in 2024. According to SafePal co-founder and CEO Veronica Wong, such apps have proved to the effectiveness of Telegram in connecting users with Web3 industry, she stated. KYC and onboarding process, which, by the way, like we already knew. I'm just going to, if we could, let's take a moment, ladies and gentlemen. NiceHash has always had KYC. The aggressiveness of their recent KYC push, and this has nothing to do with the article, but I know a lot of miners were using NiceHash and are upset that the recent updates to their KYC system pissed them off. But they have always been KYC. They have always reported to the IRS or the government. Ever since the NiceHash hack, they have tried to do everything above board. And that means working with regulators and government, stuff like that. It's not new, but I understand why a lot of people got mad. However, you don't like KYC, mine somewhere else. But KYC is going to be in everything the crypto world does. There's going to be some offshoots, kind of like torrenting, right? The website that you use to torrent all your stuff from gets taken down because it's illegal. And so the only place you can go to is to services that offer the video or music or whatever that requires a paid subscription, but you don't want to pay. So then you got to find a new torrent service to go through. And of course, if you get caught doing that because you don't know how to obfuscate your identity or information or IP, then you're going to get letters from your ISP, and your ISP can fine you, or your ISP can drop you, or whatever. It's just the same game, but just in crypto. New exchange comes online. Depending on how big they get, the regulators and countries come after them. They either shut down or go bankrupt. Then you move to the next one. Then you move to the next one. It's a hopscotch. Just keep on going. It's not new. Anyways, KYC. According to the announcement, users can access bank accounts and link them to digital Visa cards after completing the Know Your Customer checks and onboarding process. I wonder how taxes will work on that. Because technically, if you did do this, and I'm a U.S. citizen, I would have an international or foreign bank account that I would have to declare. That process would be served by the Swiss licensed deposit-taking fintech Fiat24 through SafePal Telegram wallet app without any account or management fees, the firm said. Registration data and cash accounts are also managed separately by Fiat24, maintaining the decentralized and anonymity offered in SafePal non-custodial wallet suite. Interesting. Registration data and cash accounts are managed separately. Maintained decentralized and anonymity. But wait. How? If I gotta do KYC without any account or management fees, it doesn't make sense to me. How can I be anonymous if I'm registering with a Swiss bank or certified fintech company, Fiat24? You know what? I'm gonna probably dig around in this. I'm gonna probably play around with it. I'm gonna see, is it available for everybody? New mini wallet app will enable 900. Okay, so let's see here. Probably go to SafePal and go check it out. I mean, this is still big. It opens up the doors for more users, especially a lot of users that are in Telegram to, use SafePal to manage their funds, accounts, all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's cool, but I don't think this works the way they're thinking. Swap function. Yeah. If you haven't checked out the SafePal Harbor wallet, check out my video on the SafePal Harbor wallet, the S1. Really good wallet. I really like it. All right, moving on. Trump makes big promises about crypto in the U.S., but can he deliver? I'm not going to worry about can he deliver. I'm just going to focus on what the promises are, right? Bitcoin made in America is one of the big things he said at the Nashville conference. Well, Bitcoin can't be solely made in America, right? While America has the largest hash rate, there's still a lot of competitors out there in China, Russia, Kazakhstan, so on and so forth. There's a map. You can go look it up. So it can't just be made in the USA. Now, we got a large portion of the hash rate. So if we mine a large portion of the hash rate and earn those Bitcoins, and then we sell those Bitcoins, then technically it's made in America. I guess you could put that stamp on there. But it's not controlled by any one country, any one centralized entity, anything. So I mean it hypes up the crowd, but I don't really care, right? Bitcoin mining may be our last line of defense against the CBDC. Biden hatred of Bitcoin only helps China, Russia. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin made in the USA, I could care less. I'll let you guys argue that out somewhere else. Crypto can solve the U.S. $35 million or trillion dollar national debt. I agree with that. I don't think Bitcoin would be the only asset, but if we had a good mix of assets and some way to incorporate it to back the U.S. dollar or to help with this national debt, I certainly think that's possible. Now, how does the presidential candidate pose to do that? We don't have that information. We don't. He has not provided anything. He's just saying words. What is the plan? What is the actual plan? I have no doubt that Bitcoin reserve could sharply reduce and even perhaps eliminate our national debt. The U.S. will create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, he did say that while he's president, he will focus on making sure that the government does not sell its Bitcoin, right? When we had Germany sell basically all of its Bitcoin, various centralized entities selling a lot of its Bitcoin, the U.S. would not. The reserves that they have already, which by the way got hacked as we talked about in the last week's episode, he will continue to be like hold that, right? So helps us out to a certain degree. Let's see here. Addition, the United States, Trump's plan is for the U.S. to hold 100% of the Bitcoin currently in possession. We already knew about that. Many of the assets stem from seizures. Yep. Blah, 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 blah. Almost half of the government's Bitcoin stockpile originates from seizures like the Bitfinex hack, which, again, that wallet was hacked as well. Since these assets belong to affected victims, there's legal pressure to return the funds to Bitfinex and impact parties. So some of the Bitfinex people that were impacted want their money back. But if this was enacted, I guess those people wouldn't get their funds back. So that's kind of like a catch-22. So we'll see. But Cynthia Loomis did talk about this, a plan to enable or establish the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. If approved, it will create a Bitcoin fund to hedge against national debt, which would be good. So yeah, this is good. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, good. Using Bitcoin to fix national debt, good. Bitcoin made in America, again, we can't control it, so we can't do that. Fire Gary Gensler. I know I want that, but the problem is it's not as easy as you're fired, right? You're not going to The Apprentice, walking up to the office and being like, Gary Gensler, you're fired. Get the fuck out. It doesn't work that way. There's checks and balances and things that needs to be done. So unfortunately, if he wants to fire him, there's going to be some steps that he needs to do, right? But we have been pushing for regulatory clarity, and Gary Gensler is just doing whatever people that line his pockets want him to do. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if he can do that. I think he can. It's just going to not be as simple as he thinks it is. And regardless of who's president, get rid of this guy. Just get rid of him. Stop development of U.S. CBDC. Well, I live in a state, this guy, where he's against the CBDC, so Trump's against the CBDC. I don't think Kamala is against, like, doesn't care for the CBDC. Like, she never mentioned that we're gonna do it, not gonna do it. So I don't think CBDCs are a thing. But would it be beneficial? And I'm not a financial expert, economic expert, or anything like that, and I do pose this question seriously. Would it be more beneficial for the U.S. to kind of work with like Circle, USDC or USDT, right? And kind of bring that into the fold. So now the government has a role to play, and that's the digital currency that the world utilizes to do trades and stuff like that. Not a new CBDC, not a central bank digital currency, but a currency that is pegged to the US dollar that all central banks utilize, if they aren't already. Would that be better? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Send me an email. Whatever you want to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this was help or hurt, but I really don't care either. And then this one I do care about. Free Ross Ulbricht. Again, I don't think it's going to be as easy as set him free on the president. I think there's going to be some things that need to get done. It's probably going to take time. But Ross, I know, have, like, just let the dude go, man. Like, if you need to put like a little monitor on his ankle, like, just let him go. Just let him go. Like, he's already, like, there's been worse crimes than what Ross did, and he's serving like stupid sentence, in my opinion. But again, can the president complete that? Yes. I just don't think it's going to be as easy as he's proposing it's going to be. Now, all of this is my opinion. All right, this has nothing to do. Do not let me sway your opinion. You are your own individual, your own mind, your own thoughts. You're your own man, your own woman, your own them day. Like, I am just saying things that are my opinion and speculation. We do need an advisory council to make clear guidance, right, for the crypto industry. That can certainly be done, and it needs to be done regardless of who's president. But some of the other things I don't think is going to be as easy as he proposed, like fire Gary Gensler, and Bitcoin made in the USA. Like, that's not possible. I mean, you could say it is, but just saying it doesn't often mean it's true. And I know this world likes to just say things and make it true. Doesn't work that way. You need facts and data. Sorry, guys. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, I don't think, regardless of who's in office, will Bitcoin and blockchain will continue to do well. IRS frozen crypto rewards taxable despite accounts locked, right? A lot of us had to deal with BlockX, not BlockX. What's all those companies that went down? Celsius, BlockFi. Yeah, BlockFi, Celsius, all that stuff. So if those assets, and you haven't been paid yet, were frozen, but you were still earning for whatever reason, those assets are taxable. Frozen crypto rewards taxable despite account lockdowns. Crypto rewards received before an account freeze are taxable in the year they were received, even if the holders can't access their funds later, which is really stupid, but I guess so. According to the IRS, taxpayer A received the reward in year one prior to the account being frozen and must include the fair market value of the rewards at the time and date of the receipt and gross income in the year one, even though the account remains frozen as of December 31st, year one. The interpretation follows Section 61 of and 451 of the Internal Revenue Code, which require income to be recognized in the year received regardless of later inaccessibility. So when you do your taxes, just bear that in mind. Now, taxes are very easy. Max likes Coinly. I got a couple other ones that I like. I like the fact that my TurboTax can integrate with any single one of them. I could just log into my account, it imports, it brings stuff in, and then I go through each transaction, making sure it's filed correctly, whether it was part of the earn program, it was mined, it was sent, it was received, whatever it might be. Really cool. But just bear this in mind when you do your taxes coming next year, that if any of those accounts were frozen, whatever you earned, whatever you received before the account was frozen is taxable. And if you earned interest on that, then yeah, it's definitely taxable. So just be mindful of that. Ethereum price rally to 3K, depending on a few key factors. Let's see if we can find out what those key factors are over the last 8 minutes. Ethereum is losing market share. Native staking is declining. Blah, 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 blah. What are the few key factors? All right, so let's see here. So Ethereum continues to dominate. That's one. The dApps, the staking rewards. What else? Ethereum inflows or the ETF inflows. So as long as those things continue to be good, we'll be fine. However, transaction fees remain stagnant. We need better transaction fees on Ethereum. Solana ETF momentum grows with new filing after Bitcoin and Ethereum approvals. This should help Solana get into the 200-300s. But the new S1 filing proposed by Canary Solana ETF on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, the ETF is popular investment. Blah, 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 blah. Canary Solana ETFs investors would be able to buy shares and track the price of Solana. This would be very huge. We could see a price jump of around 400%. Or excuse me, the coin currently has a market cap of 82 billion. It has seen a 400% price jump. Either way, we could see a good price jump from Solana once the ETF launches. What that could be, I'll let you guys speculate. But I think it's positive momentum, positive news for Solana. Not only Solana, but the tokens on Solana, like Caffeine Crypto, who have some tangible benefits to it. Bonk, Radium, Guac, Coochie Coin, whatever. They could see some uplift as Solana, the main token, continues to grow due to the ETF. So we'll see how things go. We got Red Panda Mining going live here in just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if Bitsby Trippin is live right now. No, not yet. So maybe noon his time is 1 p.m. my time. That should be about around Rabbit Panda Mining. Let me go ahead and unblock this, and we're going to watch some news. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or otherwise, please go ahead and post it. Make sure you tag me or at me or super chat. But let's go ahead and let me mute the desktop noise real quick after this ad. And yeah, we're going to get ready to head on over to Red Panda here shortly, followed by Bitsby Trippin and Rabbit Mining. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Don't leave just yet. I'll redirect you to Red Panda Mining. But I do thank you very much for hanging out with me. While we listen to this, I will say this again. Do me a favor, hit that like button, get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date. So let's check out additional links in the description. That helps support the channel and what we do here. Stay humble, stay vigilant, keep stacking them sats, right? Dollar cost average. Take care of yourself. Stay positive. Go vote. Go vote. Well, if you're in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., you can't vote in our election. But go vote. Make sure your voice is heard. Be involved in your local politics, state, town, whatever. Democats is the reason why I created that token, just to help people go vote, but it's whatever. That project isn't doing too good. But let's listen to some news, and you guys get out of here. Go see Red Panda Money. Okay.
Today, Bitcoin slips below $70,000 after failing to breach its all-time high this week. And the CEO of Borderless.xyz shares his outlook for crypto post-election and into 2025.
Do your own research, then vote.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Major cryptocurrencies dipping this morning after the latest jobs data fell well short of expectations after the labor market was hampered by hurricanes and strikes. The U.S. added just 12,000 jobs in October compared to the 100,000 that Wall Street was expecting. Although the unemployment rate remained unchanged, this data does come just days before the U.S. presidential election and the next Fed meeting. By noon Eastern, Bitcoin slumped below the $70,000 mark, dropping about 1.7%. Ether fell about 2.4% and slipped below $2,500. XRP climbed higher to 52 cents. If we look out at the week, Bitcoin and Ether are both up about 4.1 and 1.3% respectively. That comes after Bitcoin came within striking distance of its all-time high earlier this week. And if we look out at the month of October, Bitcoin rose more than 12.
Wait. I forgot. Poker tournament next Saturday. Go sign up, slackers. Go sign up. Go sign up. If you don't sign up, I'm going to come to your house and kick your dog. I'm joking. I'm not going to do that. There's a Twitter post. In the Twitter post, there's a document. The document tells you how to do it. You open up Poker Stars, right? It's an app. You download it. You open up Poker Stars. There's all kinds of bounties and prizes and all kinds of great stuff that you can do. You're going to be hanging out with some of your favorite content creators, talking ish, playing some poker, winning some chips, stuff like that. But when you get in there, when you sign in, you're going to you're going to join the club. You got to join the club, right? So let me show you. Go to home games, right? I'm signed up. I'm waiting for confirmation. I'll let Yashik know about that. And then you're going to put this club ID. How do I do that? All right. So after I click the home tab, right, I click join club. I put in a confirmation ID. And then it gives me the invitation code, which is community. And I put that in there. And then you put in your name, Serpent X or Tech or whatever. And then you hit join club. And then it's waiting for confirmation. And then once it gets confirmed, I think there's a table or an option that we got to choose to join. So join us. Let Yashnik know if you're having issues. Yashnik on Twitter is, well, Yashnik. So at Yashnik, that's with a K. Let them know if you're having issues or anything like that. But get signed up. Come join. Come hang out. Poker tournament tomorrow or next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday, right? Is it next Saturday? It should be next Saturday. When is it? Yeah, the 9th. November 9th. So next Saturday, it will be at 3:10 p.m. Eastern. So after Rabid Mining goes live and after our live streams, we'll be happy to have you and come and hang out with us. Check it out. Link is in the live chat, and I'll throw it in the description right now. Again, it's just a Twitter post, but then the Twitter post has the document.
12% in the first month of the fourth quarter, while Ether gained just 0.5% in that time. All right, let's stick with markets for our main story. I spoke with Kevin Latinity, CEO of Borderless.xyz, about crypto's October performance, his outlook for the election's effect on prices, and the setup for 2025. Kevin, thank you so much for joining.
And again, a huge shout out to Dynex for sponsoring this poker tournament. That is the reason why we're able to do this. Make sure you give them some love. Show Dynex and the team your appreciation for them sponsoring this tournament.
Joining us on Crypto World today. We are at the beginning of a new month. Just finished October up 12%. Wondering what you make of the way crypto fared in October and what your outlook is for the next month.
I think October was a extremely bullish month for crypto all around. We had Bitcoin rallying towards the end to some numbers we haven't seen in a while. We had big major companies like Visa and PayPal announcing crypto initiatives around stablecoins. We had some M&A activity around stablecoins as well, with Stripe announcing their biggest acquisition ever. So I think definitely heading into the election that's coming, very, very bullish sentiments in the crypto market all around.
And what does the crypto market look like to you through that election lens? I mean, we've been talking about it all year, the entire crypto community, and it really does feel like emotions have kind of ebbed and flowed. Like initially there were some strong reactions to either candidate, and that has kind of gone up and down as the election cycle has played out.
I'm looking for it, Tech Man.
Maybe we can get into, the candidates and the government
in
a second. But just looking at
Maybe
the markets and the direction and the performance, it's 5 days away. How do you see it impacting prices and the market action in the next few weeks?
I think the market is excited that the current administration is coming to an end one way or another. Both candidates have been kind of pandering to the crypto vote, especially most recently, and trying to set a very clear narrative in the market that under either of the potential new administrations, crypto isn't going to go through this kind of systematic persecution and this regulation by enforcement that's been happening the past 4 years, and all these Wells notices and things that have been issued. So I think a lot of optimism either way.
What exactly is at stake for crypto this election? Because sometimes it feels like we're all talking about very different things. In my job, I'm very focused on the markets and the price of Bitcoin and the price of Ether, but there is so much more to the crypto space than just that. So, tell me a little bit about what has been fueling all of this and what exactly is at stake, some best and worst case scenarios.
And crypto assets are certainly an important part of the crypto markets when we think about Bitcoin and price action there. But there's other use cases as well, especially around payments and what's becoming really popular now with stablecoins. I think the world is starting to wake up that a blockchain can be used not just as a speculative asset where people are speculating on price, but also as a way to make payments and to move value and transfer value around the world.
And what is the outlook for stablecoins look like from where you sit? Because that's kind of the world you live in, right? A lot of focus on stablecoins at Borderless. And so, with or without the election lens, it has been a really good year for the stablecoin market cap. And we have been seeing all of these people, even just in the last few weeks, come out
Come
with
on, Red
announcements
Panda.
about.
There he is. All right, I'm gonna send you guys
just
over to
feels like
Red Panda
everybody's
Mining.
launching.
I was just trying to stall for him. You guys head on over there. Have a beautiful day. Coupon code SerpentX for the Bitcoin conference tickets. If you want to check that out, tickets will be right here. You come down here to the bottom, and if you don't see a code or the green down here, you just add SerpentX, apply, and it will save you 10% on your tickets. Go and grab yourself some tickets. Show these people that I am worth them giving me a press pass so I can go out and meet and greet and talk with people, bring you guys some content. But also, I hope to see you there, right? I saw some of you there. I didn't see everybody, but I hope to see you guys there. I'm working really, really hard. I can't promise to make it to every event, but I'm working really, really hard. I know Mining Disrupt wants me to go. I know Bitcoin Conference wants me to go. And there's plenty of other events like ETH Denver that I need to go to. But I don't really have the funds to just keep going to these events. So I'm working really, really hard to do so. But by you buying the tickets through the affiliate links on the channel, it greatly helps me out and shows the team that they should consider me for a media partner. But anyways, you guys go get out of here. Go. Go. Bye. See you later. Deuces. Have a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Today's video is brought to you by CryptoMinerBros.com, a leading cryptocurrency mining hardware vendor / distributor, bringing you the latest offerings from Ice River, Bitmain, Goldshell, WhatsMiner, and much more from all the various manufacturers. And while they are headquartered in Hong Kong, they have mining distribution centers here in North America that can actually save you money on import duties, trusted by a number of different brands or companies in the industry. They also have a great following on social media, and if you follow them, you might get an update on whatever the latest offering is on hardware that comes out, as well as competitive pricing in the industry. If you're interested to learn more, click the link in the description and use coupon code SerpentX at checkout. And by supporting our sponsors, you support our channel, and we thank you very